Hey guys, welcome to our Puerto Rico video series. This is just going to be a short series of videos of the places we visited while we were there. We're going to go to the beaches, do some snorkeling and scuba diving, and eat a bunch of tacos and other good food. But our first stop is Old San Juan. We're going to show you the best things to do in Old San Juan and give you a little bit of history, and then we're going to go on a somewhat adventurous but very unique day trip. It's about an hour from the city, and it's near the rainforest. It's basically just some guy's backyard. All right, let's go do some stuff. Old San Juan is a city in northern Puerto Rico, and if you like history, you will love Old San Juan. Established in 1521, it's the oldest city in the United States, and the second oldest city in the Western Hemisphere. If you're planning a trip to Puerto Rico, I would suggest staying in Old San Juan for a couple of days and the rest of your time on the beautiful beaches. I'll give you some beach recommendations throughout this short series of videos. Old San Juan was the first stop on our trip. So what are the best things to do in Old San Juan? The first one is easy. Just start walking. A history walking tour is a great introduction to the city, and along the way you can pick out restaurants and bars for later. During the tour, you will learn and see about the most important historical monuments and sites in the city. Without a tour guide, you may just walk right past them. You'll most likely start at Plaza Colón, which has a giant statue of Christopher Columbus. Love him or hate him, the statue commemorates the arrival of the Spanish. As you're walking, you will notice all the buildings and balconies. The city was designed so that no matter what time of day it was, there was at least one side of the street in the shade. You will also notice the roads. These distinctive blue cobblestones were formed from the waste of iron smelting in Spain. The ships in Spain were loaded with all these cobblestones so the ships would sit lower in the water and be more stable. Once in Puerto Rico, the waste, or slag, was unloaded and replaced with gold and other treasure. So basically, each of these bricks represents the Spanish exploitation of this island. If you get a chance, right near City Hall is the fountain Plaza de Armas, which displays sculptures representing the four seasons. If you're lucky, you will see Johann Figueroa, a famous street performer representing a fifth season. There you will also see a statue of a famous Puerto Rican composer of salsa music. This statue doesn't move. Just past the plaza is one of the smallest houses in the world, and is named La Casa Estreicha, which means the narrow house. Sandwiched between two much larger houses, the narrow house is 5 feet wide, 2 stories tall, and 36 feet deep. Tours are available to see the inside of this fully functional house. Close to the house is the Chapel of Santo Christo. Old San Juan is known as the Walled City. These giant walls have helped keep out invaders for hundreds of years. This 3-mile-long wall completely surrounds the city and is over 40 feet tall and 45 feet wide at the base in some spots. There are lots of lookout spots. One of the best ways to see the wall is to walk down El Paseo del Morro. It runs along the base of the wall outside of the city and next to the harbor. There you will see the historic gateway into Old San Juan. You will also see Fuente Raíces. This fountain is comprised of human figures representing the island's Taino, Spanish, and African heritage. You might see an iguana, but you will definitely see dozens of some of the city's most famous residents. Feral cats. Hundreds of cats live here and roam the waterfront. Unlike other places, the feral cats here are very well taken care of. A group called Save Gato provide food, water, neutering, and vaccinations. And you can adopt these cats. I had to keep an eye on Shannon. She would have been stuffing her suitcases with all these cats to take home. I'm not even sure these cats want to be adopted. They have it made. Once you pass the main Gato area, you will make it to one of the most popular attractions in Old San Juan, which is a very large fort called El Morro. There's a small admission to get in, but it's free if you have a National Parks pass. Unfortunately, we left our pass at home. This was the biggest and best fort we have seen. I totally recommend going. It has very impressive views, lots of cool lookouts, large cannons, and some very interesting staircases. I recommend at least 2 to 3 hours to visit the fort and get through the 6 different levels. There you will also see 3 flags: the US flag, the Puerto Rico flag, and the Cross of Burgundy, which was a Spanish military flag used between the 16th and 18th century. Near the entrance of El Morro, and the highest spot in Old San Juan, is the Plaza del Quinto Centenario. In the plaza is the Totem Tel Rico, a 40-foot totem pole. Near the totem is the Bayaha Barracks, a former military quarters. Events are held here throughout the year, and it really lights up at night. So after walking around all day, you're probably going to be very hungry. And Puerto Rico has some incredible food. Although some of the bars were open almost all night in Old San Juan, we were lucky to find a restaurant open very late. We headed over to Dia Verdura on Calle del Sol. It was our first meal, so we wanted to experience as many local flavors as we could. We got the sampler platter. It had sweet plantains, tostones, roasted pork, 2 kinds of sausages, pasteles, rice and beans, and various fritters. I really liked the wooden Puerto Rico shaped platter that it came on. So here is Old San Juan. After this, we head to Rican, then back to the airport where we fly to Culebra. Those videos will be coming out in the next few weeks. If you want to experience some even crazier nightlife, head to La Placita. It's about 4 miles away from Old San Juan and where the locals hang out. Try to go on a Friday or Saturday night for the best experience. I only recommend staying in the Old San Juan bar district if you know what you are getting into. We got an AirBnB right on San Sebastion Street. Here the bars stay open until 4 a.m. or later, and we had one right next door to us. If you are a light sleeper, I don't recommend it. But for us, it wasn't anything a few Piña Coladas and earplugs couldn't fix. And we were so tired from traveling, we fell right asleep. This is our second day in Old San Juan. Pretty cool town. It's very historic. Lots of old buildings. The roads are really neat. So far we've done a history walking tour and Fort Morro. And later today we head over to Rican, do some beach stuff. And then in a few days we'll fly over to Culebra and do some more snorkeling and scuba diving there. I think these people are wondering why I'm talking to myself. Painted by a local artist, make sure to check out La Puerta de la Bandera, the Puerto Rican flag door. Originally painted in full color, the flag was repainted in black and white in 2016 to protest the social and economic situation happening in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure how Shannon came across this, but she found a very interesting day trip not too far out of Old San Juan. It's about an hour outside of the city and suitable for children and adults, but kids will absolutely love it. And if you have a big family, this is a great thing to do and not break the budget. The whole family can have an afternoon of fun for only $5. Well, $5 per car. So after driving about 45 minutes, I was starting to wonder if this place actually existed. Then I saw a guy motioning people in. So I guess this place is free to visit, but you just have to pay to park. So this place is called Los Pilas, if I'm saying that right. And it's a natural water park and has a huge natural stone water slide. It was actually a very interesting and unique experience. This is quite the backyard. It's pretty neat. Make sure to wear your swimsuit, and I bring sunscreen and definitely wear some kind of water shoes. Walking along these big rocks could be dangerous otherwise.
I fell in the water.
You fell?
Yeah, right there.
Like our own private little hot tub. Note to self, make sure to wear a shirt in future videos. If you guys want more details on how to get here and what to bring, just leave me a comment and I'll answer it. The natural water slide is really fun, but be careful. These rocks are extremely slippery going up. All right, gonna try this rock water slide. This is gonna be cold. Oh boy. Woo! That was fun. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little more travel than adventure on this one, but our adventure is just beginning. Make sure to like and subscribe, and join Shannon and I as we go do some stuff in Rincon, Puerto Rico next.